here. Hope everybody is doing well. Let me switch them over. Hopefully everything is looking right. Looks like we're all set. All right, as is tradition, downloadable content. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the updating stuff. I don't use that too much, but I think I used it on Pentai. Okay, let's see our latest. What we got? Macy, Ferguson, and Vulture. Oh, new stuff. What's up, Cody? How do you do? Hope you're doing well. Pack with modified rearing barns. I think Kale would like stuff like that. Maybe Melissa would as well. Lizard Rage. Oh, that looks like a interesting looking man TGS. Let's see. Lazy distribution. No, yep, I've seen that before. I think that's sort of a wait. Oh. I think I've seen something like this before. But I think this is specifically for animals and stuff. So that's actually kind of cool. Excuse me. Streetlight packs. That would be good for people who are modding maps and stuff. Because I'm seeing a lot of people just don't like distributing or like picking up milk and delivering it. I guess if you have that mod, you don't ever have to worry about actually like driving. Yeah, this is what I was looking at, the automatic shipping, which that just does everything. I also figured out our issue with the employment mod. I figured out the issue. The reason it won't let us apply for a better job is because the game is showing the wrong information. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in just a second. Oh, wow. That's old. Okay. Okay, so our issue, if we go to the bakery, if you look, and let's say you want it to work, it says we have worked 1 year and 5 months. After watching a YouTube video, I realized the person I was watching, can't remember who, I think it was Farmer God, he was having this similar weirdness where he was like, I should be able to apply for a higher paying job because you're seeing the 1 year 5 months thing. This 1 year 5 months is incorrect. It is showing the wrong thing. So I'm on a laptop. Are you on the new laptop? This 1 year 5 months is incorrect. We have not been in this save for 1 year and 5 months because we've been on 7-day months. I can check this. Wait, wrong button. I can check this. If we go here, we're just now at May. Considering you start every save on August, we haven't even made it 1 full year. So that's what's happening. That thing is reporting, what, 17 months? Yeah, 1 year 5, that's 17 months. I think it's just counting days incorrectly, which is why it was updated, which is why it's showing the wrong thing. New to me. Hey, I understand. I do that a lot. I will often say, hey, it's my new laptop or my new whatever, and it's like it's actually used. It's like, well, it's new to me, whatever. Let's see. Okay, since it's new in the morning, what were the contracts we were gonna do? It was tethering grass. Let's go ahead. We will borrow this equipment. So I'm gonna borrow this. And then I'm gonna accept that one. Okay. Let me hop in the oh, that's wrong vehicle. It's also dark. Let me switch. Okay, turn this on. Let me hop inside. Okay, let me read chat. Let's see. Got it for a great price. Yeah, you told me. 4070. What'd you get it for? 1,000? Or was it like when he showed up and he said, actually, I want it for 1,300 or something like that? Also, 900? Bro, steal. Take off, run. Look, he'll come back later asking for it back, and it's like, that's not how this works, sir. That's not how this works. You can't complain with that price. He wasn't happy about it. I mean, I understand he wanted 1150. I could see him. Okay, I could see the want for the 1150. The problem is you're not going to get. Okay, hold up. 1 second. I need to change my control. But it's like it's not that you're not going to get it. One thing I've learned in real life is that you never get the price, like the price that you expect to get for turning something in, or like trading it, selling it, whatever. It's never what you expect. I mean, it's not never. Sometimes it is, but for the most part, just expect no, it's not. Okay, I'm just adjusting these dead zones. I thought I did it the last time, but I guess I didn't. So I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna save it real quick. Just so. Let's see. It's got some dings on the top of the screen. Yeah, it's just cosmetic. No one cares. Like when you're using it, you're not gonna be paying that much attention to it. I made over 500% profit on my last sale. What was your last sale? Was your last sale that equipment that you bought? I can't remember exactly what type of equipment it was, but I remember the person like sold you something, or I think it was the wife of the person sold you something that was, wait, wrong button, this button. Let's see, we'll take a left. Actually, we can just go straight. Floor sanding machines. I knew it was something, yeah. And actually, I was putting together my brother's PC. Okay, essentially, I say my brother's PC. He just had a kid. Their house, it's small, so I don't even think they have room necessarily for a PC. Oh, I cannot go that way. But my thought process was, if they don't have a desktop computer and want one, here, they can have this one, right? And if they don't have room or don't want it, you guys can still take the parts and stuff and sell it for a really good profit. And consider that like a wedding present. Well, actually, we already gave him a birthing baby present edition. I don't know what you would call it. Baby shower gift, I guess. Even though we already gave them baby shower gifts, you know what I'm sort of trying to say. Let's see. To be honest, I lied to him a little. Said I could get a similar model laptop from Staples for $1,250 brand new. Oh yeah, that was a straight up lie. Lloyd, are you mean to me? Lloyd's mean to everybody, but he's not like mean in the sense of he's mean. He's clearly, well, I know he's joking. I can't say he's clearly joking. I know he's joking. Because he did say hi. Alright, let's knock out this field real quick. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's rare that I get to actually work at nighttime. I'm not gonna lie, those stars are really nice. Ultra settings on some games are worth it. Some games, not so much. Like some games, like ultra settings are worth it, but the impact it's gonna have on your game ends up making it not worth it. Like it'll look amazing. The game will look so much, better, but you'll end up like suffering. Like the game will just not play as smoothly. This game, I feel like plays very well. Also, if you look, I feel like my Extreme 3D Pro, ever since I calibrated it, mint condition now. Mint. I should have just calibrated everything a long time ago, but it is splendid now. Let's see. Sorry, dude. No, I know you. in here. Doc, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? I'm usually doing well. I think most of the times I can. No, I think all the times I can stream, I'm pretty much doing well. I think, unless I don't know myself. Let's see. Hope you're doing well, Cody. Hope you're doing well, Blowy. Let's see. Wonder if this laptop will run FS25. I don't see why not. Now, I will say for sure, the biggest impact I've had, because even you know the specs of my desktop now, or at least most of the specs. The biggest, like, hardest hitting impact for me on my, like, just how the game runs is when you go into here, the mirrors. The more mirrors you have, the weirder it is. Like, and I will say a lot of these settings were turned down or off on my previous thing, but I will say the mirrors in this game, I'm not sure why. I really don't know why. Reflections in video games don't always. I thought I folded that up. I guess I didn't. Okay. Leave a like, you got it. What is the temperature there? It's actually pretty cool. Yesterday I rode my motorcycle. Right now it's 86. For now it's 86. And I think it's just because of rain and stuff. Which is actually okay. I'm not saying rush out and experience this if you haven't, but if ever you're riding on a motorcycle and you know it's supposed to rain at some point or in some area, if it's hot outside and it gets cool all of a sudden, like you get comfortable, that means there's going to be rain up ahead. And we were riding home yesterday, and there was one point I was like, hey, did it just get cold to you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be raining. And we look up ahead, we can sort of see what looks like fog, like on trees and stuff, but it's like, that's not fog. Like, if it makes any, that's hard to explain. But long story short, we knew it was raining. It was kind of cool. Kind of cool moment. And we drove through it. It was only very temporarily. He built a fucking beast. Dude in RDR2. I was riding the train. I don't want to crash. Right here. I was riding the train and there was a silver teapot. I could see the perfect reflection of the interior of the train. On the bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, these games take reflections so stinking seriously. And I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, it's not that it's not worth it. It's just, oh, I am so not lined up. I am super not lined up. Let me go this way. Hold up. Let's see. We go. Since you my employee. What's up, Pretzel? Wait, okay. I was wondering if I turned that on or not. Oh, jeez, turd. Man, I'm always missing stuff. Hold up. This is why I use steering. I can't drive and steer at the same time. It just does not work for me right now. Let's see. I responded, when you're as baked as me, it's worth it. Okay, I've seen it. I rode the train all over the map. I'm gonna be honest, I rode the train. The train is, I'm not sure why trains in video games, I think almost every train in video games is fun. Because I know people like the one in GTA, people like the one in RDR2, people like the one in Farming Simulator. Even though you don't use it a lot in Farming Simulator, it's still nice, especially when you see it. And it does unlock like a couple cool like delivery mechanics and stuff, as far as transporting goods and whatnot. I'm trying to think other games that have trains in them, other than like Train Simulator. Which I thought about getting Train Simulator, but then I was like, I don't. The fact that I'm stuck on a train track, I'm not, like, it seems more like a, what is it called? I'm gonna put a pin in this, I'm gonna read chat first. I never rode the train. Trains are fun in game. Gotta ride the trains. I never tried the train in Farm Sim. Excuse me, sir? You have over 1,000 hours in this game and you haven't tried the train? It is fun for delivery. You do get a few extra 1,000. Actually, you get quite a bit more. I think it was like 11% more sometimes using the train. Okay, now I'm just going back it. I love you can drive the train in RDR2. Yep. Let me turn this way. Make sure I don't hit anything in the back there. Okay, where's this next? Oh, okay, it's this one. I'm gonna line it up, and then we're gonna back it up. See how well I can. Oop, not well apparently. Okay, let's see. I need it to go to my right, so I need to turn the steering wheel to the left. Oop, oop. This is how you drive this. Okay, drop that down, put that on, go forward. Put on cruise control, read some chat. Doc, you skipped my message. Which one? Oh, I sent you my temperature. I'm sorry, I did not see that one. What was I put a pin in something? Oh, about trains. Train simulator to me, unlike, because here's the thing, there's flight sim, there's farm sim, there's all these other sims, and then there's train simulator. Because train simulator and the nature of a train and how you're pretty much stuck on a train track, it seems more like a, I don't know what it's called, but if you've ever seen like one of those big American Truck Simulator players or Euro Truck Simulators, and how they have a box with like a bunch of buttons and even a key or something like that, and a bunch of switches. Train simulator seems like that. I'm just gonna Google it. Hold up. I'm gonna Google it and then I'm gonna respond to your message, Cody. Give me 1 second. ATS box. Oh, button box. I think it's called button box actually. Yes. Okay. Train simulators seem like just a button box to me. Like, yeah, you can use the mouse and click around and maybe walk outside a little bit, but it seems like the majority of it is just hitting a button box, because literally your entire experience is on a rail. It's on a train. Like, it's predetermined for you for the most part. I mean, you can go over the speed limit and some other things, but that's pretty much it. Okay, let me turn this around and then Cody, I'll read your thing. You're leaving now. What? You're leaving? Where you going? Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna read your message before you get out of here. Let's see. 79. Jeez. You got really cool. It's interesting how where you are, it gets hotter than here and then colder than here, which is interesting. And then you sent me a video. What is this? That's sausage. Is that turkey sausage? Looks good. I'm sorry. I'm gonna crash if I... It looks good. It looks good. Okay, updates in the gaming world realm. I'm not really sure world realm or whatever we're saying. Let's see, Battlefield 6 supposed to come out in October. Call of Duty is supposed to come out in like November. I have to get both of those games. I have to get Call of Duty because my friends who are, when it comes to video games, like for example, I sent them a video of one YouTuber who made a video essentially saying, he was pretty much explaining how the big YouTubers, especially for Call of Duty, are bad for Battlefield 6. And it's because he was like, no other group of gamers come into a game and expect it to be exactly like another game other than Call of Duty players. Like, Call of Duty players will come into Battlefield 6 and then try to be like, they'll try to turn it into Call of Duty. And it's like, what the heck? Like, if you want to play Call of Duty, go play Call of Duty. This isn't that. Stop trying to make it that, essentially, is what the YouTuber was coming to the conclusion of. And I agree, especially being a Battlefield player since Battlefield 3. Duh. Ooh, this is a terrible job at backing up, but we're just gonna count it. Let me go forward. I'm not leaving. I was seeing if you can read my messages in chat. Roger. At this point, FS25 is now Job Simulator. Okay. Yes. I can't really disagree with it. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, you can turn it into fun stuff. Like, there's a Go track mod that we're eventually gonna save up money and get, which I'm actually looking forward to that. Oh, don't stress, Cody. He gets sidetracked so easily. Yes, I do. I very do. I really do. I get sidetracked. My brain, I wouldn't say I have ADD, But I would say that if ever I start talking, that's when my brain can go like a million different ways. Like if I'm just, for example, sitting in like a classroom and I'm not saying anything, I'm just listening to the teacher talk, I'm locked in. Everything's good. It's when I start talking, even if it's about the stuff we're talking about, that's where my brain will just start taking pivots. Because I think what ends up happening is I'll start talking about the subject or whatever topic we're on. I'll start to stumble over my words a little bit. The word will sound like something else. My brain now is like stuck on whatever that word sounded like. And I think that's what ends up happening a lot. Let's see, season growth on or off, Chloe. Yeah, I thought we said off. Yeah, for especially, yeah, if you are new to the game, season growth off. There should be, I think, beginner settings as a, I think beginner settings is the thing in the game. I really am not sure, but I think they have, what is it called? Whenever you start your farm, I think it has beginner something, start from scratch. So they have like all these things. I'm not sure if they change your default settings or not, but yeah, season growth, if you're new, definitely off. One sec, Doc. Having you pick a map. A default map? Okay, okay, I'm gonna ask this. Of the 3 maps, the ones that are probably played a decent amount, oh, you said no. Got it. Still though, I am gonna talk about the default maps. The 2 maps that are played the most of the default 3 are Hentai and Riverbend. If you season growth off, what does that do? Season growth off makes it to where you can plant any crop any month, and so it makes it easier. So, for example, if I wanted, essentially, your map will not your map, your crop calendar. This would not be a thing for you, I don't think. I think if you turn season growth off, this is no longer a thing for you. So, for example, let me turn around and then I'll show you. I'll try to explain to you what it is. Those 3 and mod maps? Ooh, okay. Let's see. Cody, for you to answer your question, since you love a lot of mods, like mods are your thing, what I would suggest is do the Settlers map. Okay? It's the same map that we were using in the multiplayer server. The benefit to that map is that it has a lot of like starting equipment on any type of farm or field that you buy. So it gives you a really good, strong foundation no matter which field you pick on that map. You don't have to necessarily do the starting farm. Now, back to Pretzel's question about the season growth. If you turn season growth off, if you go to your crop calendar, for example, let's say I wanted to plant, I would never, but let's say I wanted to plant peas. Peas, since I have season growth turned on, it limits me to where I can only plant it in March and April. Okay? Since it's May and June, I can't plant peas right now. If I went to try, the game would not allow me. Okay? But I would have to plant it in March or April. And then from there, the red section is when I can harvest it. So in July, August, September. Right? So the green is like when you can plant it, red is when you can harvest it. So if you have season growth turned on, you have to go by this chart. So if you wanted to, let's say, plant oats right now in May, you couldn't. You just couldn't. And you would have to wait all the way until March again in order to be able to plant oats. But with season growth turned off, you can plant whatever you want, whenever you want. And because if you look at the map, let's see, I don't think you're allowed to plant anything in December or January. Nothing. And then even most of November, I think there's only one thing. Yeah, grass is the only thing you can plant in November. But for the most part, you can't plant anything in October, November, December, and January. Oh, even February. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in these 5 months, for the most part, you can't plant anything from October to February. For the most part, you can't plant anything. Of course, in October, we can plant barley, grass, oilseed radish, which is pointless. Do not do that unless Blowy has another reason for it. I think most people just don't do oilseed radish and wheat. I think oilseed radish gives you a benefit to precision farming, but for the most part, that is the gist on everything season growth. Oh, I should go a little bit more forward. Let's see. Be right back. I don't have that map. I am going to tell you what map I have. Got it. Yeah, because the Settlers map it's a modded map. Silver Run Forest is a good map. I don't think it's free though. But Silver Run Forest, if you like timber or you're ever curious about doing timber, and I'm gonna be honest, timber is fun. You make money. Like if you're trying to do wood chips or anything related to the sort, timber is fun. Now, the thing that kind of stinks is depending on how realistic you are playing timber. For me, in streaming and time consumption, there was some things I had to do which was unrealistic. For example, auto loading of logs. I had to, make that the way it was. But as far as cutting down the trees and everything, like that was normal. I did that. But if you don't have an auto loading system and you try to do timber, you have to worry about actually picking up each log, which I'm gonna be honest, takes time. It takes more time than loading pallets, in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to getting our telehandler in this game. The one we're getting is this guy, the Merlot. I just don't know what the point of this would be, since we're not. I don't know what the point of that would be, but the Merlot is the one we're gonna get to help us load stuff, because this is supposed to be our extreme save, meaning I have to essentially, in the grand scheme of things, make this as complicated for myself as I can. That's pretty much the gist. So we got precision farming turned on, which I'm gonna be honest, since we're only doing grass so far, it's not that bad so far. I do know as we get into different crops, once we start making some money, we can branch into different crops. It's going to be difficult, which is why I think I was talking to Blowy the other day. We are not going to get rid of our grass fields. What we're going to end up doing, 19, 20, 21, and 22 are all going to become grass fields. And then any other field we buy after that, we will turn that field into whatever crop we're working on. And we're going to keep those 4 main fields to start, just because it's easy money. Since grass doesn't wither, it doesn't die, I can just harvest it at any time I want. That's kind of the plan, the thought process behind that. Okay. See, I don't really like mods, but I do have precision farming and sharper long distance view. That's the thing. I am a mod. I feel like there's like a few types of gamers when it comes to farming simulator. There's those who live and die by mods, and then there's some who just don't much care for it. I am sort of like in your boat, which is I don't use mods that often. Okay, let me rephrase that. I do use mods often, but I don't have like a massive amount of mods. Like majority of the mods I have now is because of like multiplayer stuff. That's pretty much it. Yeah, Cody is a mod like connoisseur. Like the dude has like almost every mod in the game at this point. But I'm not a big mod guy. Even if the mod has, for example, vehicles. Vehicles are, I think, are like the most. I don't think they're the most common mod, but they're really easy mods to do. Vehicles, tractors, cars, whatever. Even if there is a mod for a tractor, or even adding a new tractor to the game that I might want to use, odds are I'm not gonna get it, simply because the odds of me using that specific tractor is not super high. So I just end up not. The Man TGS, I like it. And to be honest, as far as trucks, I will probably end up getting the Man TGS again. It just does super well, has a decent amount of horsepower. It doesn't have like this level of horsepower and whatnot, but for the cost, and it's pretty on brand with the rest of these, it has a solid amount of horsepower, and it can also have a front attachment, which none of the other trucks can be used for. And the good part about this map is that even though it is big, I don't think I'm gonna be using an 18-wheeler. Like I don't think an 18-wheeler is gonna be like 100% a necessity. Like I just have to have a truck, a cab to pull everything. Unlike Pantai, where there were so many different hills, so many different turns, and things of that nature. So trucks like the Man TGS or any of these were more necessary. Jeez, English was not working with me right there. Kale, I know he loves using trucks. I'm like, as long as it gets the job done. That's sort of my take on them. I feel like every farm, once you get big enough, everybody should have at least one truck. After that, you don't need... Dude, the ultra settings on this make everything look super crisp. Like, I didn't notice it before, but and here's the weird part. As crisp as this looks, the graphics quality is still of a level that I think other gamers should be able to have. Like, I feel like how they optimize graphics and everything, I don't think is good. Because the fact that on my last computer, which wasn't like a terrible computer, it just wasn't like this level, it wasn't like YouTuber quality. I had to like turn some of my graphics to like medium or low just to be able to like play the game decently. Case in point, mirrors. You have to turn mirrors down. Let's see, he has Riverbend Springs, 10 Pantai, which I can never say that. I don't feel like I ever say that correctly, which is why I just say Pantai. Zetlanka, that's the other map that I have never played. Fourfield or Nadenthal. Let's see. Okay, so before I choose a map for you, Cody, what would you say is like your style of farming? Are you more of... how do I say this? Do you like it to be a little challenging? Or do you prefer to just, hey, I'm gonna focus on farming. Once the crops are done and everything, I'm good to go? And sort of the reason why I'm saying this is because the default maps, which are very good in my opinion, Riverbend Springs, Pantai, I haven't played Zetlanka, but I've seen some of it. The difference between those three maps and Fourfield and Nadenthal is that those three maps, the change in terrain and everything can make it difficult at times to navigate, especially Pantai if you're going near the city. And so I guess the real question is, are you okay with being inconvenienced at times because of the terrain? So like if you're okay with like, okay, I may need to take this route instead of this route because even though this route is shorter, with whatever I'm carrying, it might become cumbersome or difficult to carry. If you're okay with that and you're okay with like maybe sometimes taking a different route because, for example, Pantai, where the starting farm is, sometimes trying to get up that hill, like your vehicle may not have enough horsepower at the very beginning unless you get a bigger vehicle. And so if you're okay with sort of thinking around things like that, I would say one of the starter three. But if not, just pick one. I'm gonna go with Zetlanka since that's the only one I haven't played. I played Fourfield. I watched a video on Fourfield. Fourfield does not look that interesting to me. So I would say the one that I think is the least interesting, Fourfield. But if I had to pick one, I would say Zetlanka. That third one, that third default map. That's the one I would pick, especially since that's the one I know I haven't played. I've played Riverbend. I've played Pantai. Riverbend actually has a ferry, which is kind of cool from time to time. Nadenthal is fun, but I'm already on it, so why would I choose Nadenthal again? Even though Nadenthal, I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good map. But as far as like the change in like altitude and things of that nature, not the best as far as terrain. It seems like a 4-field with more. It seems like the 4-field map, except the fields are broken up and there's actual productions everywhere. There's trees and, you know, some actual props and stuff everywhere. But still, again, along the lines of 4-field, everything's just flat across the map. There's no hills or anything. Yeah, I would say Zelonka, since that's the one I haven't played. Pentai is still fun. However, if you have to deliver to the restaurant on Pentai, Lord help you. Like, hopefully you're just taking like a normal car or something, because if you have to haul anything up that mountain, especially if it's a lot of stuff like a 18-wheeler, good luck. This guy has 358 mods downloaded. That's insane. I'm nowhere near that. I think I have like 80 something, but the only reason I'm at 80 something is because of the multiplayer server and like just the sheer amount of mods that everybody liked to have. I just changed my graphics settings. Good. Does it feel better or worse? Ooh! Also, a number one thing that I learned in FS22 as far as a graphics setting to change. If you go into your thing, number one thing that I would suggest, I don't think I can do it in game. Oh yes, I can. Frame limit, set it to 60. Technically you could set it a little bit lower, like 45 or 30. But even though my computer and this screen can definitely go way above 60 frames per second, this is a farming simulator, right? Like, let's just be blunt. This is a farming simulator. You don't need a massive amount of frames for a farming simulator, right? If this was Call of Duty or something like that, yes, more frames would help you. More frames would be better. But for a simulator, especially a simulator like this, you don't need to have a massive amount of frames. You're not moving that fast. If this was a flight simulator, okay, I would definitely change that. You might need higher frames. If this was there aren't that many simulators that I would say that. No, I would say most simulators you should stay on 60 frames per second. Train simulator, you might need more frames per second. Not because you would need it, but because it would definitely look better to have more frames per second. Okay, so we're done with these two jobs. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Weeding. I think this job should go by pretty quickly. I don't think it's gonna give us a lot of money, but I don't see why not. So I'm gonna borrow this and then go and accept that one. I can't play yeah, I remember, yeah, you can't play FS22 because it's been taken off Game Pass. See, well, my PC isn't screaming for mercy, so pretty good. And that's all you can hope for. If your PC isn't struggling with whatever settings you use, that's all you can really ask for. I will say though, and I like that I did this, but I hate at the same time sort of that I did this. The one con for me, as far as upgrading to this level of PC, I'm going the wrong way, is that it looks amazing, it performs amazing, blah blah blah, but I won't be able to go back. I won't be able to go back to like my mid-tier sort of setup. So it is what it is. Let's see, I just ordered a laptop stand. It has a built-in USB hub, and I think I need to convert DisplayPort to HDMI via USB. Wait, it has it in the stand? It's kind of cool, actually. And honestly, everybody knows DisplayPort is superior. But, well, is it? I think I would say DisplayPort is superior. I don't really have a rhyme or reason, other than the fact that it actually locks into place. But yeah, it's built in and 100 watts charging. Yes, DisplayPort is better quality. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I could have swore. I always thought it's like DisplayPort is better quality, right? And it's like HDMI is good for convenience, but I think, yeah, DisplayPort is just better, I think. Look at that thing. Look at it. Just look at this. Just a giant, like, little fan. Let's see. I run DisplayPort to my screens. I do as well, to 2 of my 3 screens. I have this, which is like a ultra wide curved monitor. So I have DisplayPort for it, and then my main monitor, I have DisplayPort for it, and then the other monitor I have, which is why I always call it like a half, because it kind of isn't, is a TV. It's like an old TV. Oh, what the heck? I thought oh, is this the wrong field? This is the wrong field, ain't it? Yeah, this is the wrong field. That's my fault. I'm not even sure. I don't think it has DisplayPort. Because it's like one of those cheap TVs we got like years ago on like a Black Friday sale, and it's just been holding up. So I'm like, hey, I'm using it, right? I wonder if I can use my laptop as a second screen for my PC. You 100% can. I think I remember seeing a video some years ago that you can also, I might be mistaken on this, but you could use your laptop not only as a second screen, but as like an additional processing thing. If you know how to like link computers. I don't know how to do it, but similar to if you've seen bigger YouTubers who have like multiple monitors, they will not multiple computers, they will like run computers together, but they essentially connect to like the same overall thing, like one's streaming and one's recording or things of that nature. Essentially, it's almost like having 2 graphics cards in your computer or whatever, which, by the way, there are extended ATX motherboards. I've never seen one, but they're a thing. And my only thought is, what tower would those even fit in, right? If you have an extended, which brings up another question. At a certain point, I wouldn't even care about having a tower or a case. Like, at a certain point, I would just start using more like a workbench, and then just opening the case or something. Not opening the case, but like creating like a small, not small, but a generic outer shell that might have some ventilation or something. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, lots of people run dual GPUs. Yeah, I've never thought about it. I could have on this one, but I used my second PCIe port slot. I used my second one for a SATA like expansion thing, because my motherboard only came with 4 SATA ports, so I ordered like a little cheap, it's 30-something bucks, SATA expansion thing, and so now I can have a total of 8, of which, even though I'm only using 5 of the 8, so but I really needed it to help get my brother's PC going and doing some stuff like that with an SLI bridge. I've seen it. Actually, my first, I think, GPU came with like a little SLI bridge thing, and I was like, I'm not going to use this. I don't know how to use it. I'm not going to even attempt. Not needed as much now, case in point, because you got a 12 gigabyte GPU. I don't even know how much is in this GPU. I think 12 is right. Either 12 or 16, something like that. Who knows? It doesn't even really matter. All I know is that the content will look better. And that is the goal. The content will look better. Actually, while I was setting up DaVinci Resolve, oh, I meant to leave that down. While I was setting up DaVinci Resolve, I think last week, it was last week or earlier this week, it was running so much faster as far as like editing and doing like a lot of the more complex processes. It was doing phenomenal. And so let's see, Braylon Smith. What's up, Braylon? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. If you have any questions, or if you just want to say something, dude, by all means. No, I I was about to say there's no restrictions on what you can say, but that is not true. Let's use some common sense. But other than that, just enjoy yourself. Let's see. I believe 5070 is 8. 57 Ti is 12. You're probably right, because 5080 is 24. I remember us having this conversation, and I remember us almost getting it down to like a numbers thing. We could almost like estimate which ones were which. But there's a way I could easily check on mine, but I don't know. See ya, Pretzel. Hope you have a good day. Make sure you like. I know you're already subscribed. Boop boop. More water. Just freezing cold. Okay, so with my water, that is freezing. A while ago, okay, so this Ninja Thirsty, it takes, like, if you put cold water in it, of course the cold water you're gonna get out is gonna be cold. The issue is I leave this sitting in my room. I'm not gonna leave this downstairs near a refrigerator because my room is upstairs. It's the furthest away from the refrigerator can be. So I keep water in this thing, but I want cold, you know, beverage, water, whatever you want to call it. In order to do that, I have like these giant ice cubes. I think they're for margaritas or something, or some alcoholic beverage, but it's essentially sort of like a silicone. I'm not sure if it's silicone or if it's rubber, but something along that, like that type of tray. And you fill it up with water, you can put it in there, and it turns the thing into like this giant, like I kid you not, like the ice cube is about like that big. And so I can take it, girl. I can take that and then just put it in the cup and then put stuff on top of it, and it keeps the stinking thing freezing cold. Like it's a that's roughly what, 2 inches? So it's about 2.5 inches, about 2.5 inches. You know, my girlfriend was talking about calluses on her hands because she's been recently getting into the gym and cranking up a little bit. She was talking about the calluses on her hands, and I was looking at the calluses on my hands. It's like, I don't even have calluses on my hands that much anymore. Not because I don't work out. Actually, I just deadlifted 455 today just to see what I could do, because I haven't deadlifted that heavy in a while because of rugby, but I did. I did today. We will our bongs with snow. We will fill our bongs with snow. Frosty hits. My whole hands are calluses. And the reason I don't have calluses on my hands anymore, I used to have a lot, like very thick calluses, especially like right here from when you're deadlifting. I used to have like right there. I was looking toward that way, but like right there on your hands. Because of Olympic weightlifting and the fact that I do hook grip, which is essentially you're taking your thumb and the weight is smashing your thumb and not your hands. It is still grip. It's still grip strength. But I'm not having to, like most people, for example, if you were to go do a pull-up, you're doing a normal grip. You know, it's just normal. Because of hook grip, the thumb goes under. And so the bar is smashing into your thumb, but your thumb's being locked closed because of these fingers on top. The grip is the strongest you can get. You have your normal grip, which is this. You have mixed grip, where one's pronated, one's supinated, pronated. And then you have hook grip, where your fingers are like this. And this is the strongest grip because you have this one thumb essentially holding the weight of the bar that's being locked by the rest of your fingers. Let's see. Yeah, I know your pain when you pinch the pads on your hand against the bar. Exactly. And the good part about the one pro side to the hook grip, after you get used to smashing your thumb, because I will say, the hook grip is, at least for some people, I know for me, I had to actually train for it. When I worked at Walmart, I was training, like actually wrapping my hands around stuff so I could get better at the hook grip. For the hook grip, once you actually get to where your hands can stretch to the width that you're gonna need, it becomes really easy to grab the bar. The only thing you have to get used to after that is your fingers being crushed. Like, not your finger, but your thumb itself being crushed. And when you first start doing it, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up getting calluses on your thumb. But now I no longer get that callus on my thumb. I took a break from it. I've come back to it. My thumb, I don't feel any pain from it now anymore. And it's great. It just works out really well. Let's see. Which crops do I do? That's a good question. I would ask Bloweed on that, since he branches out way further than I do as far as crops that he's willing to do. I would say don't do any of the crops I put on my list of worst crops. Don't do those. But let's see. Yeah, you crush your thumb to hold the weight. Yep. Level wedge. Oh wait, am I going the right way? Am I? Take a left and then a right. Got it. It's like a little mine sleeper hole. Actually, yeah, it kind of is. Grass. Look, that should just be the game's default. Instead of the tutorial, I know in FS22 the tutorial crop, I think, was wheat. Excuse me. It was either wheat or canola. The default tutorial crop should be was that my turn? That was my turn. Ah! The default crop should be grass. Grass is super easy, and it's one of those things that if you do it, you just come out on top. So I would always just suggest grass as a starting thing, especially if you're doing like what I'm doing, which is starting from scratch. But again, once we start getting that money rolling in, oh, that's when we're gonna have some freaking fun. I'm just looking forward to building this go-kart. Wait a minute. Do we have a go-kart? We don't have a go-kart. I just realized we don't have a go-kart. We have a go-kart track, but no go-kart. Okay, we gotta get a go-kart. Okay. Is that on my list? I don't think it's on my list. Oh yeah, I added the calendar thing to Discord. I hope you guys were able to see that. Stream alerts, I couldn't figure that out, so I'm gonna have to just do some work on that. Cloud-based graphics processing, I didn't have time. Ooh, it's not that I didn't have time, I just forgot to look that one up, I'm gonna be honest. Need to fix that. Or a motorcycle. A motorcycle would definitely take the jumps a lot better. Let's see, I think this is the one right here. No, it's the next one. It's the next one, that one right there. I always have a habit of like looking down when I'm turning for some reason. I do the same thing in American Truck Simulator, except American Truck Simulator will pull your thing back to like level. So I don't have to worry about it too much. Let me look at that. Were you telling me to do something so that you could look at it? I just realized I did. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Jeez, these graphics are nice. Like these graphics are essentially what they try to show you during like trailers and stuff, of like how amazing everything looks. And it's still not 100%. It's like right there, if you look at those shadows, if you look at those shadows like right in between that doesn't look amazing. And in fairness, it's because I've adjusted the shadows and some other stuff. So, but it's like you gotta have a nice balance. You know? You gotta have a nice balance between looking good as well as still being able to play and have fun. Like Battlefield 6, bro, I was playing that on ultra settings and it was good. Like, now of course I think once the game fully comes out, I feel like the first maybe week or so I'm gonna be playing on like ultra settings, maybe ultra everything. But as the game goes on, I might bump some of the settings down, especially the ones that aren't needed. For example, in this game, the reflections, I'm just not a big reflections guy. I don't use it often. And I wonder if those mirrors, if you look at them, I wonder if they're actually, like, if they're still, yeah, they're still reflecting. They're just not. I wonder, is that a setting? I wonder if that's a setting. Reflection quality. I think in Battlefield they had that as well. But I don't think that's a thing in this game. Like, you have the max number of mirrors. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I must be mistaken. I must be mistaken. No, there it is. You got max mirrors, but they don't have, like, reflection quality. I feel like that's a thing in every game, because I feel like reflections kill me. Don't mean it like that, but let's see. Check out Discord to see the new set I got. Let's see. Well, I bought it, but as a gift for a friend. Let me see. I still see Cody's food. Ooh. Wait. What is it? That's not Lego. Wait, is it Lego? That's not Lego. Is it Lego? It's not Lego. Is it? No, Mattel. I've never heard of Mattel. No, hold on. I'm gonna have to make sure to go back and look at that. Because if it's similar, it's Hot Wheels bricks. Okay. I might have to look into that. New product is brand new. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into those. Especially since they're cars, and I do need more cars. Well, I say that. Majority of the, well, no, I was gonna say majority of the Legos I have are cars. In fairness, some of them are the small ones. I've got 2 on pre-order for late October. Don't you just love how, like, every single year, like, a lot of the stuff releases at the same time? It's either October or November. I feel like people do October are really trying to make sure you get it probably near Black Friday. And then the people who release in November are really trying to make sure you get it on Christmas. Let's see, my Walmart had one in stock. Little did you know they weren't supposed to put that out. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but, you know, you never know. Let's see, what did we just do? We just finished a contract. And I figured out the employment situation, which is fantastic. Let's see, do we have any contracts we want to do? Let's see. And they're getting more next week. No, it's true. So they're already fertilizing. Ew, fertilizing contracts. I might just go ahead and lease this one. Yeah, I might just go ahead and lease this one. It's still gonna take us some time, but at least I don't have to worry too much about it. Except that one. You can't complain too much about leasing. Let's see. The Walmart canceled my order yesterday because it's been pending since June. Well, that's not your fault. Like, Walmart, like, if you get your stuff in, we would. Hey, now it's working. Now it's zooming in and out and stuff. Yeah. Figured out what the reason was. Anyway, Walmart always breaks. Shelf date. I found this one hidden behind different sets. They do. I'm not sure if it's Walmart's fault or if the employees just don't care. It's probably a little bit of both, if we're being honest with each other. Let's see. I want it so badly, but it's a gift. Wait, so you can't get it for yourself? Wait, are those? Wait, did I set those back there? Time out. Are these actual things or just props? Oh, those are props, okay. The customer service escalation team tried to locate these and said they couldn't. That's another thing. Walmart's, what do you call it? Think, genius. What's the word? Walmart's inventory. Walmart's inventory system, terrible. Like, nothing's ever in the right place. I've worked at both Walmart and Target. Target, still not perfect, but much better than Yeah, no. Actually, I could go this way. I can go this way. We should cut across. Target. Feel better. If I had to work for another again, I would choose to work for Target only because the trucks are easy to do. Well, for me, anyways. It's my best friend's dream car, so it's gonna be his gift. But I'll get one for myself later. Also, have you ever seen you hopefully you've never run into this issue, but have you ever like had the issue where you go to pre-order something and they tell you that you can only pre-order a certain amount per customer? If that makes any sense. I might be explaining that kind of weird, but I'm probably explaining that weird. But like there'll be something that like is either pre-order or it's supposed to release on X date or whatever, and that's kind of cool. But they'll turn around and then be like, okay, we can only get like 2 per order or whatever. I don't really know how they keep track of that, because can I just put in another order or whatever? Yeah, a lot of big ticket items. Yeah, exactly. I know during Black Friday when you used to have to like wait in line for things, it used to be stuff like that. Which I actually miss those days, like where Black Friday was more of a brawl, a fight to the death. I think I said this last November, but when we went to Black Friday, it sucked. Like Black Friday used to be a sport. People used to fight. You had to run. You had to wait in line. You had to probably like bring chairs and stuff. Like it actually used to be a thing. People were waiting outside. It used to be fun. There used to be like a thing. It used to remind me of the days of GameStop, where you would wait until like certain time at night for like a game to drop so you could get it. It used to be like that. It's not like that anymore, and it sucks. It takes the joy out of Black Friday. But is Black Friday real? Oh yeah, especially like early 2000s. Black Friday was insanely awesome. Like I've seen YouTube videos of people acting like retards, but I didn't know. Oh no, that's the fun part. Me and my brother last year, we didn't need it. We were fortunate enough to like not need anything, because here's what's happening. Black Friday is turning into essentially electronics. Back in the day, early 2000s, when we used to go to Black Friday like all the time, it was awesome. Black Friday would have a bunch of like stuff, a bunch of random stuff sometimes that would be on sale. And so you would go wait in line. Because we had such a big family, it was 5 of us total. We would go wait, like we would spread out. Hey guys, we want this, and this. You go here, da 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 da. Like we had a system. Well, let me get these lines out of the way real quick. I need to get set up before I start talking again. But we used to go wait in the system. Sometimes people would be like argumentative and try to like bully their way in front of you in line and things of that nature, which again, we're a pretty big family, so that never really worked on us. But you have some people who try every single year. But back then, there were all types of products that you could get on sale, some of which were like really expensive products, like $600 products that you could get on sale for now $450 or whatever. And so it was a big deal. So people would, love to wait for those. But now it's just turning into like electronics like crazy. They make it so cheap that people fight over the deals, right? Essentially. I mean, back then, I think the fight was more because people had to wait. You would, like, if you really wanted to ensure you got the items, you would get there at least an hour and a half before the Black Friday opened to get your thing or whatever. Now Black Friday, oh, Pretzel's back. Now Black Friday is just electronics here in the States. Well, my family, we're in electronic states, like electronic type family. I don't care much for clothes. My fashion sense is garbage. My girlfriend will tell you that. But all I care about is electronics, technology. Well, this... storing something because I know I'm gonna need to fix this in a second. That's bothering me. I'll fix it after. We had all the electronics we needed, so I didn't need anything. And I don't want to sound pompous, but 600 down to 450 won't make me jump. Oh, it 100%. Well, it would be like some of the stuff that would be on sale would be also for like business related stuff. For example, if you needed a certain machine, like companies would also wait for Black Friday deal. Like they would sometimes pay employees to go wait in these lines as well. Because again, the deals are just so great. And so a company might need multiple. Now, some of these items, for example, maybe the $600 one, they know a lot of people don't want this item, but let's say a company might want it. So there wouldn't be a line for that. There wouldn't be a, hey, you have to wait in this long line for that. It's just once all the deals drop and everybody starts going, you guys can just come get what you need. Well, if you're a company and you needed like 5 and 6 of this one item, well, saving $150 per thing and you needed multiple, it ends up being a great deal for these companies. So why not? That's not like the everyday person. For example, back when flat screen TVs were just becoming a thing and they were really good deals. I don't remember how much they were, but let's say minimum, the discount on the TVs were like $100, bare minimum. Now you can get ONN on TVs from Walmart for like dirt cheap, probably about $100. And so nobody's waiting in line for any of these deals because it's like, it's one of those things where like, if you, for example, in my case, if you have a TV, you have it for so long. So it's like, what's the point in going to Black Friday every single year just to get a TV? It's not necessary. Like this laptop I just got, for example, if the laptop was a 20-minute drive away, I wouldn't have bothered. Too inconvenient. 20 minutes? Nah, I would drive 20 minutes to get a laptop. 20 minutes is bad. Then again, this is America, and the only reason I say that because I have recently realized that like one of the differences between America and the rest of the world. In America, a 20-minute drive, if you said that was too inconvenient for you, we would laugh. We're like, are you serious? That's normal for us. Like some people, like for example, me getting, I think I told you when I was a teacher, getting to work was like 10 minutes the fastest. I think the fastest was about 10 minutes, something like that. But if there was traffic or whatever, it would be 15 to 20. Like that's just normal. Like 20 minutes is considered fast in America to get from anywhere. 20 minutes or less is fast. I think around 30 minutes, 30 to 35, that's like mid-tier. 45 and up, is long. But yeah, my longest work commute was 5 minutes, and that's just not a thing in America. The rest of the world, like everybody has whatever they need within, like, you guys could walk if you really wanted to. In America, that's just not a luxury. Unless you just, like, you live in the, like, school is probably the one thing most people could walk to. I've seen teachers bike to school. Back when I was in high school, we had a teacher who biked to school, but that's because he lived in the new housing development that was, like, I think 2 or 3 streets over from the school. So it was like, okay, it makes sense, you know. Driving, I live in the country, bro. That's the thing, we have to drive. And so a 20-minute drive in America, that's considered fast. For us, that is considered fast. I'm going to connect that, wing it, landed it, yeet. But yeah, 20 minutes, fast. My school was 1.5 kilometers from home. I walked. Yeah, we never. There was no way. My school was 15 to 20 minute. Hold up, I'm trying to make sure I did. Yeah, it was about no, it was not 15 minutes. I think it was minimum 20 minutes from our house, with a drive, with us also speeding, to be honest. But in fairness, the section that we're speeding is a section that everybody speeds on, and it's just sort of understood, right? And as long as you're not going 20 above the speed limit, like, everybody sees it as okay. Like, everybody sees the speed limit as 70, but because it's like a 4-lane highway and there's so much open space, like, everybody's speeding it. Not because they're just trying to like outrace each other, but everybody, like, if the speed limit says 70, everybody's going 80 minimum. Like, the slow lane might be going 75. That's the slow lane. Let's see. But what I'm getting at is this. Was it a good deal? Yeah, not bad. For what it is, I wouldn't have paid $1,200 for it, or $1,100. Okay, that's understandable. Back in the day, the Black Friday deals were amazing. Nowadays, the Black Friday deals are garbage. Okay, let me rephrase. No, I stand by it. No, the Black Friday deals, for by and large, garbage. They're still deals. They're still pretty solid deals, but they're kind of trash deals, depending on what you're getting. Let me line this one up. Games will typically go on sale. And here's the thing. For example, that's another good point. Let's see, not a good enough deal to make it my first choice. Understandable. The number one thing that was always, even today, is on sale at Black Friday are video games. The thing is, being a PC gamer now, ever since like I think my sophomore, junior year of high school, being a PC gamer, I don't have to buy video games in person. So I don't have to worry about the deal that everybody else is fighting for, which makes it great for me. Games are always on sale. It's the what is it called? The console games. That's the issue. PC games, we're great. We have so many games. There's always a sale. Or spend $80 for a game. I think in America we just now got up to $69.99 USD. Yeah, that $10 bump for everybody's game, which is annoying. That the industry wants that. I'm gonna be honest. Even though I hate the $10 increase, I can deal with it. An extra $10, fine. The issue I have is if you're a family and you can only pay like X amount of games per kid, whatever the case may be, $10 extra per game adds up, especially if the game isn't good. You know, if the kid ends up not liking the game, that's where the issue starts coming to. And I feel like people will end up burning out of the thing very quickly. Yeah, Steam sales are awesome. Steam sales are stinking awesome. Like, if you find a game that you want on Steam, go ahead and put it on your wish list. Odds are it's going on sale. At some point, it's going on sale. And the good part is, if it's in your wish list, Steam will notify you when it goes on sale. They're like, hey, buy this stuff. They even give you Steam points so you can get like cool little things every now and then. Let's see. But like, bro, I could buy Battlefront 2 for $3. Exactly. At Walmart, it's 80. Could you imagine? You don't have to tell me. During Black Friday that we were talking about last year, we went from store to store because, again, for us, Black Friday was a sport. It was amazing. So we enjoyed it. So we went from Walmart to Target to Best Buy. We didn't buy a daggum thing. We just went just to see, because that was our enjoyment. Like, we enjoyed the chaos and sort of the experience of Black Friday when we were doing it. So we went out and we're like, man, this Black Friday sucks. There aren't many lines because of what's happened now. To cut down on the chaos, and so that way there is less of a need for police officers everywhere, because again, it got crazy. To cut down on that, what they did, where are we going? Right over there, Field 55. What they did is now stores are encouraged to have multiple different sales. Before, Black Friday was really on Thursday and Friday, right? Like, we would finish Thanksgiving on Thursday, we would go to wait in line. Well, now they're doing Cyber Monday deals. They're doing da 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 da. And here's the thing: Cyber Monday deals don't even end on Monday. Like, they stretch on for a while. And so what ends up happening is what's left in store ends up being not worth fighting over. It never really was, but it ends up just being kind of not worth it, because the majority of the deals that you could want, you could have already gotten them online if you wanted to. And then even then, majority of the stuff that's there is still just electronics. I got Battlefield 5 for $3. Oh yeah, and that's because those games, I'm gonna be honest, suck. DICE messed up Battlefield. Now, if you like Battlefield 5, I do not blame you. I have no qualms with you whatsoever. It's just coming from Battlefield 3 and then even Battlefield 4. I know what the game should be like, and so I know what the game should be like, so I know Battlefield 5 is not DICE's best work. Heck, I'm not even sure if you guys have seen Battlefield Hardline. That was a game. It was really more of a mini game, a DLC at that. Whatever. Battlefield 5, no, not the greatest work in my opinion. What did I miss? We're at 98%. I missed something apparently. What did I miss? The entire field is blue. What could I have missed? I'm just gonna leave this turned on for a second, I guess. I don't know what I could have missed. Maybe something on this end. So. I don't see what I could have missed. Here, maybe I missed something on this side. Just walk it up this side, I guess. Yeah, apparently there's a little bit of edges over there that aren't showing up on the map. Whatever. But yes, because of deals being spread out over multiple days, that cuts down on the chaos. So the spectacle of Black Friday is no longer a thing. Let me see if I can get some more headering jobs. If I can, I'll probably just do this weeding job right here. So yeah, the spectacle of it, no longer a thing, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And then majority of the stuff that's on sale, both online on the Cyber Monday deals, as well as in store, the main things that are on sale are electronics and video games. Well, I don't need video games because I'm a PC user, and our stuff is on sale year round. And the electronics is either TVs, headphones. I can't really think of anything outside of that. There's probably speakers. There's probably some monitors, I think sometimes. There's mostly TVs, but there's always this like random, I don't want to say random stuff, but it's just, if you have a TV, like, again, our family was an electronic family. When our early Black Friday things, when we had to like wait in line, we all, our dad and our parents wanted us to all have like TVs. Well, since there's like 4 of us, 4 rooms, we would have TVs in each room. So we went for Black Friday, updated all of our TVs. Well, next Black Friday, there was no need for us waiting for another TV, so we didn't, I'm gonna drop all these right there. I'm not gonna turn in that thing yet. I'm just gonna leave it right there temporarily. And so what ends up happening with Black Friday, and the reason why it gets more and more boring, is because once you have these big ticket items, or it used to be big ticket items, TVs used to cost an arm and a leg. Now TVs are kind of cheap. Like, I remember, I also need to play some Battlefield 1. I played Battlefield 1. I'm not a big fan of World War type games, but that's not here nor there. But TVs used to cost an arm and a leg. Now TVs are cheap, especially since the cheap TVs are cheap, but you cannot tell the difference. I'm level 4, so oh yeah, you probably should play a little bit more. That is one thing I will say with every Battlefield game is, no matter how bad the Battlefield game is, putting time into the game is worth it. Like, you're gonna get your money's worth. The thing that makes the game, the thing that makes the game bad, when Battlefield players say that the game is bad, they're not saying that the gameplay is just atrocious or anything. What they're saying is they don't want to replay it. Like games like Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2, or Battlefield 4, people were playing these games for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours after they have already completed everything. Whereas with their newer games like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, or even 2042, people in general, I should have kept going down, people in general didn't want to do that because the game wasn't as fun as their predecessors, or there wasn't enough stuff for them to work towards. But yeah, back to quickly finish up the rant about TVs. TVs used to cost a lot. Now they don't cost as much. And even the cheap TVs, which, you know, to some degree, cheaper quality or whatever, those TVs still get a pretty decent image, an image that's good enough that you can do everything. For example, my TV that I watch a lot of Netflix and YouTube on, it's great. It does 1080, it does 1080p and everything. It's great. It suffices, you know. I don't need 4K, especially since here's the problem with getting 4K things, in my honest opinion. It's hard for people to visually be able to tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. Also, a lot of like TV, television, streaming stuff isn't yet built specifically for 4K. So, unless what you're watching is specifically dedicated to being 4K, I feel like you're kind of wasting money. Okay, this is a terrible spot. Let me fold this up. Let me just fold it up. We're just gonna start in the middle somewhere because that is way bigger than I thought. Like visually 4K or even ultra graphics on some game. Oh my gosh, let me just check that. Let me roll that up and try again. Eat. Naffled, okay. There's just, I don't know. There's just not, I don't think, a reason to fight for 4K as of right now. Even though there are some YouTube videos that are in 4K. But it's just, in the grand scheme of things, I don't see a massive reason to fight for 4K stuff or technology, because if your stuff isn't built for it, what's the point? Or if what you're watching it on isn't built for it, it is what it is. 4K all day, all I run. Here's my thing: if you're running 4K, or I wouldn't say if you're running 4K, for some of the applications and stuff that I use, 4K would be an improvement. And I would be able to visually, for example, whenever I'm working in DaVinci for editing videos, or in my photo software for editing thumbnails, and like I'm really trying to hone in on pixels and stuff, and it's like certain colors, 4K would be useful. It's not necessary, but it would be useful. But when it comes to like watching YouTube videos, majority of mine are in 1080p. Well, if I have a 4K screen and I'm streaming 1080, I'm not using it. If I'm watching Netflix, it's in 1080. Just because I'm using a 4K monitor doesn't mean that what I'm watching is in 4K if it's not, you know, whatever resolution. Let's see, well, my PC is running 4K. If your monitor's 4K, then turn it up, you can turn it up. It's not, okay, let's put it this way. If you go to YouTube and your resolution is on 1080p, when you click the little gear cog, it says 1080p. If your monitor is 4K, but what you're streaming and watching is 1080p, it is not automatically 4K. It is still 1080p. That's how that works. So just because you turn your monitor up to 4K doesn't mean it's going to be working. And that's my thing with Netflix and some of these other streaming services, is that they're streaming in 1080p, not 4K. And so I feel like until they start making more stuff specifically for 4K, oh my god, speed up, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Let's see, put my games in 4K and videos I download are 4K. That'll say, okay, so for you specifically, you are getting your use out of it. You're one of the few people who are actually using 4K the way it's intended. If you're downloading videos in 4K and everything, you're good. You're not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the normal people who show up at Best Buy. I watched this dude the other day while I was ordering the NVMe M.2 hard drive SSD. He was looking for a TV, and the dude was like talking him up, and he was trying to get a 4K TV. And I'm like looking at the videos that they're playing on both TVs, and I'm like, this video is terrible to show the difference between the two qualities, and it just wasn't doing a good job of showing, oh, this is what 4K is, this is what 1080 is. And I was like, this dude's getting ripped off if he's using it mostly just for watching TV. But since we're PC people and we're watching it to stream, and especially in your case where you're downloading 4K stuff, perfect, and it makes sense. But yeah, for the average person, I don't think so. As long as the video isn't 8-bit, I don't care. Let's see. No, but stuff I use on my PC for that runs on 4K. Yeah, so you're actually using it, and that's like your PC. The average person is not PC. We're I don't say above average, but PC master race. Prime streams in 4K. I don't use Amazon Prime. The only time I use Amazon Prime is when I'm over at my girlfriend's house, and she for sure doesn't have 4K. Popcorn chicken is good, dude. Everybody, I haven't had popcorn chicken in forever. Popcorn chicken is good. I don't think places still make. Do places still sell popcorn chicken? Dairy Queen might sell popcorn chicken, if I had to guess. Let's see. Doesn't matter what your TV can do when the news is in 1080. Let's see. Yeah, the input isn't 4K quality. Yeah. Our home TVs are 1080p. They're fine. Exactly. They're fine. I feel like I'm not sure when, but maybe in 5 to 10 years, 4K might become the new standard or something like that, and then everybody will start like going out for Black Friday deals and trying to get 4K TVs. But until then, because I think now we're at like, aren't we at 12K now? Don't they have 12K systems and stuff now? I think I might be wrong on that one. Let's see. Popcorn chicken is weird. What's wrong with popcorn chicken? It's the same thing as like a chicken nugget. Doesn't make sense, and it could be whatever. It could probably not be chicken. But I had a fresh chicken breast and teriyaki sauce. I haven't had teriyaki anything in so long. Let's see. Go to your map and pick 3 pieces of land. Oh, so you gave up on the other place and now you're doing Nadenthal? If you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money and you want a 3 piece of land, you could do like what I did and buy these 3 or these 3. Or just, buy these 3 and leave that alone or whatever. But these sections up here are really cheap. Or you could come down here. The only reason I chose up here because it was right across the street from the shop. Or you can buy any of the stuff down here in this section because they're all subdivided into very tiny plots. Let's see, you want bigger? Okay. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt it. That's THY. Let's see, you want it bigger. You want a 3-piece but bigger? 35, 36, and 37. Plus 35 is going to give you some complications because it's near the water up here. But it can also work in your benefit if you have any gardens or something. Greenhouses. If you have any greenhouses or something you want to work with. Or you could buy these 3 straight across. Again, they're bigger, but they're also close to here. Or you could buy these 3 right here. I don't know. It depends on what you want. It really depends. Ooh, if you really want to make your gaming experience atrocious in Farming Simulator, get a random number generator. Put in numbers between 1 and 100. Roll those 3 numbers, and whatever those 3 numbers are, those are the fields you have to buy and stick with. The crappiest part is that you know for a fact those fields are not going to be near each other. Well, not 100% for a fact, but for the most part, like, oh wait, there's more fields on this map. So do 100 to 136. Just do 100 to 140, and just do a random number generator, and whatever it picks, that's what you got to get. Now you might luck up and, well, maybe not luck. Well, no, I would say luck up and get like one of these that are land with houses on them. You can sell the houses, sell the land, make some money, and then buy something else. But like, imagine it giving you 120 and then 8 and then, clicked off, and then 23, you know? Like, imagine that. It just gives you fields that are, I don't know, hold on. Let me, that. There we go. FS25 roulette, 100%. I don't know why I just now thought about that, but that would make the game very annoying. Have I not been weeding correctly? Because the fact that we're only at 7% means I've been doing something wrong. Is this not the equipment they gave me? Am I mistaken? Because why is this taking so long? I can visually see it getting a lot of the crops. Hold up, am I mistaken something? Hold up. This field. Okay, it doesn't give me the hold up. Let me stop this real quick. It says weeds are medium. And I think with this piece of equipment, it's only going to be able to get the small one. Like the bigger, no. Is it the bigger ones or the small ones? It's going to leave behind some, which is what it's doing. It's leaving behind these, which are, I don't know what these are. Partial, they're partials. Oh, because after you get them, they're partial, yeah. Let's see, yep, small, yeah, exactly. So still leaving some, but if it had small, it would get the small ones perfectly, right? Is that how that works? Like if the field had small, it would get the small, but because these are mediums, it's getting up most of it, but the mediums get chopped to a partial, and the smalls are getting taken out completely. See, you want the 12 meter. Oh, whoa, is this water? Ooh. Oh, that's cool. A little random water spot right there. Kind of cool. I almost ran into it, but what's that 12 meter one? I think that's the one I actually like. Hold up. Where is it? Did I pass it? Wait, did I pass it? No, I didn't. Did I? I don't think I did. Did I? I think I did. I think I passed it. Yeah, I had to pass it. Where was it? Oh, there it is. 12 meter. That's not bad. The one I prefer is this guy or the bigger. Like, I prefer the bigger version of this one. That's the one I like. But either of these work. They're fine. They're fine. But this plant stuff. Huh. I didn't know you could seed with that tool. That's kind of cool. You could pick up stuff and seed at the same time. That's kind of cool. This one moves 15 miles per hour. Let's see. 12 meters wide, runs at 25. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely the speed. Definitely the speed. So twice the speed. It's under weeders. Purging dust, small and medium weeds. Oh, I see what you're saying. So this one is going to be the better all around because it does small and medium, and these probably only do small. Yep. And so it really becomes a situation. So this is going to be the best all around weeder. But I guess the question becomes, how good of a farmer are you? If you're the type of farmer who can stay on top of their work and understand that, hey, I need to, like, as soon as weeds pop up, I need to go ahead and get them. Whoops, I was supposed to have that down. As soon as weeds pop up, I need to go ahead and get them. Then you can use any of them, but specifically for this field, yes, the Pottinger would be way better. It would be it would be about the size of this one, but it would definitely do a better job at getting up all the weeds. Which I'm wondering again, why did it give me this tool for this job? I think it did, right? No, 35. Okay. So I should have used the other one for this field. Yikes. No, it gave me this one. It gave me this equipment. That one's done. Do we have any other fertilizing contracts? Don't think we do. Don't think we're gonna get any. Hold up, so I'm gonna check, make sure I emptied this one before I turn it in. But we're getting money. We might be able to get, because the last thing we need is a forage wagon. And then we can start just fast forwarding because we don't care. Because once we get the forage wagon, we're good. That thing makes quick work of fields with its speed. That was say, because with its speed, the simple fact that, hold up, let me make sure I'm not about to crash. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do enlisted. I've heard of that game before. I've heard of enlisted before, but I don't think I remember what the heck it is. You know, a game that could have been good, but I think just fell off the radar. I even made videos about it. I think it's called Deadlock. I think it's supposed to be made by Valve or whatever. It's supposed to be similar to like a League of Legends or a Smite type game. I haven't heard anything about it since I stopped playing it because the sort of feel of how the game works, like if your team lost like the first sort of section of the game, like that was it for you. There was no point in continuing. But yeah. See, it's War Thunder FPS. I've never even played War Thunder, but I've seen so many ads for it, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not a flight person. I do not like flying. I'm realizing I don't like flying, and I don't like racing. And it's not that I don't. I'm trying to get into racing because I do have F1 on my Steam Deck, and I actually have it on my PC. But I'm trying to get into it, and I just don't think racing is my thing. I don't like doing the same lap over and over, the same track over and over. But Car X, I like it. I also like that in the same game, I can just take a break and just start goofing off if I wanted to. Free-to-play crap. Well, you gotta love free-to-play crap. It's free to play. It's so pay to win. Nope, never mind. You corrected me. If it's pay to win, that is one thing that bothers me. And I hate when games do that. Hey, we'll make this free to play, but they were gonna put pay to win crap in there to sort of encourage you to do that. And that's one thing that I did like about Overwatch 2. It's free to play, and there is no pay to win stuff. However, Overwatch 2, I don't know why, but I haven't played it in so long, like I think over a year or so. But the ratings on that game dropped tremendously, like mostly negative on Steam. So I'm wondering what the issue was. I think it was balancing, if I had to guess, because I was there when I think that the mowing character came out and was first like really broken, but I played that long. Let's see. F1 is the least fun racing game in my opinion. Okay, so I'm not crazy. War Thunder, love the premium editions. I've got 1,000 hours on War Thunder. You also you're a flight person. You love to fly. Actually, here's the crazy part. With someone who loves to fly so much, you would be a force to reckon with in Battlefield, especially back in the days like Battlefield 3, where like experienced pilots were just dookying on everybody in the stinking lobby. If you got into like, especially back in the day with Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, you being like a person who loves flying, nobody would be able to stop you. Pilots are the most annoying things to deal with in any Battlefield game. Like, they are super annoying to deal with. Can you stop them? Yes, but it takes a coordinated effort of like multiple squads probably. And the issue with that is teammates don't want to work together. Let's see, spend about 100 on it over time. And if you don't keep spending, you lose all of your progress. It eventually run out of money. I feel feel like that should be a whole lawsuit. What's up, Hash? Yay, somehow managed to catch up. I like realistic pilot though, not FPS piloting. And that is one thing I will say. The piloting in the game, when it comes to helicopter and how that works, it's pretty good as far as being realistic. When it comes to the jet physics, like Ace Combat, I'm not sure if you've ever played that game. Ace Combat has a better jet piloting feel than Battlefield. Okay, how am I supposed? Okay, time out, real quick. Hit level with me for a second. If I leased this equipment, if the contract gave me this equipment, and I've run over this entire field, how the heck am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to use another piece of equipment? This is what they gave me. They gave me this. They told me to use this. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. I'm gonna say helicopter is not realistic because they're hard as shit to fly. That is true. They have made it a bit easier to fly in game, to pilot in game. Well, I'm trying to think. Because I've never seen a helicopter in a flight sim, so I can't say verbatim on if it's super hard. Helicopters look like they're easy to fly in the grand scheme of things. They don't look like they're easy to fly. But as far as getting the feel of it, I don't see why they would be difficult or extremely difficult anyways. Nope, that's not true because you have to control pitch, y'all. Actually, no. Okay, so never mind. Well, no. Battlefield does do a good job of doing that. And a lot of people use flight sticks when they're flying helicopters. But that is one thing. And also they use controllers, and the controllers give them a leg up as well. Flight sims. Anyway, helicopters will fall out of the sky given the first opportunity. I haven't quite catched up yet, but there are helis in FS25. No, we're talking about Battlefield. In Flight Sim 25, yes. Time for War Thunder. Can't wait for a biplane to ram into me. That's another thing that happens a lot in Battlefield, ramming. That's insane. The pretzel is the #1 chatter. That's just woke up silly. Helicopters are really difficult to fly around. And because that's what I'm thinking. There was one other game that I played that I can't think of the name of. Was it Arma? Maybe it was Arma, maybe it wasn't. Or was it Squad? I think it could have been Squad. But flying was actually difficult for me in the game. And I don't fly in any of the Battlefields. Like back when Battlefield 3, I had a guy who was like, we were friends in high school. He was doing all the flying. I was just controlling the shooting. I was good at aiming and killing. He was really good at flying. I've never been good at flights. Whoops. I don't know, but if the startup of a heli is the same as a plane, yes, it is very hard. Arma is also pretty easy to fly helis, even with simplified heli controls. Japanese we play it realistic in BF5. They try to make it easy for the 8-year-olds. That's another thing. In so many games, that is their, I don't say their objective, but they want to make everything casual for people to jump into and whatnot. Kamikaze. And that is another thing that bothers me with games in general nowadays. I feel like they're making the game so casual to appeal to the 8-year-olds or whatever, which is fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. The problem is the people who are going to sink a crap ton of time into your game are gonna be the ones who are loyal, who have the money to waste on it. Like, I think the only reason Fortnite did super well is because, well, 8-year-olds could play it, it was free, and the mothers could ignore their kids if they wanted to, as far as buying V-Bucks and whatnot. You get your quest, then buy VTOL VR. I'm not getting that quest anytime soon. I still gotta sell that HTC Vive. Okay, this contract is stupid. They gave me this equipment to use on this field, and then I can't do it. And then I gotta pay you $640. Nah, I'm giving myself $640. That's BS. I'm actually gonna pay myself for the time involved in that crap. That's not fair. Give myself $1,000 for that. That's so stupid. You leased me that equipment, and then when it doesn't work, you essentially hired a hand. You hired AI to work on your field, and they're like, "Hey man, this isn't working. I'm gonna charge you for it." It's like, wait. You were paying me to do the work. Let's see. Or I'll buy it for you, and I'll take you up in the. Do I have? I think. Hold up. Let me check my Steam account. Or actually, well, no, I'm not. I don't. I was gonna ask you if you could, but you're probably busy. I can check it right now. Nobody gonna buy a Vive. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. And if not, that's fine. I'll keep it anyway. Because here's the thing. I don't play VR very often, if at all. Mostly because even if I had a quest, I still wouldn't really play it because I need space. That or just placing down. What was I looking up? Oh, VTOL VR. I'm pretty sure I have it. VTOL VR. No, I do not. What was that other VR game that I have then? I had another game that allowed me to drive VR. Let's see. Where's the Vive? It's the oldest VR headset you could think of. Napalm. Are you just screaming out your attacks while you're doing them? Napalm! Okay, hold up. Okay, I don't think there are any more contracts that we could realistically do. So, I mean, I could tether grass. I could do some more weeding contracts, but we saw how that worked. Remove small weeds, so you're just gonna do the same exact thing again. You're gonna punish me. I removed the small weeds, and you didn't give me any money for it, so we're not doing that. You weren't born yet. It's before your time. Before your time. Let's see. Here's the bakery. This is the bakery, right? Visit. Let me just check to make sure we're good on our hours work. We are. Oh yeah, and I figured out this whole apply thing. It says 1 year, 5 months. We have not been working here 1 year and 5 months. The game is doing something weird because we have it on 7-day months. This experience time is incorrect. That's the reason why we can't apply for the internship. Because if you look at our thing, I think I explained this earlier, and I'm just going to explain it again. If you look at our chart, we started in August. We haven't even made it back to August yet. So we haven't even been working a year. We haven't even been working there a year. So what it's saying that we have for our experience is clearly not correct. Let's do a challenge for when you are bored, Doc. I'm not bored. As you can see, my brain goes everywhere. I don't think I'm bored. Let's see. No, I'm only in BR 2.3 on Germany. I guess that's something to do with the game. See, what type of fertilizer, liquid or solid? Great question. I actually went into an entire spiel about that. Solid is the best beginner. Liquid is good if you have the money and the equipment already set up. If you don't have the money or the equipment, solid is the best over round. Solid, okay. Grass to crops is solid fertilizer to fertilizer. Grass is such an easy crop to get into. You don't need a whole lot of equipment. It's easy to maintain, easy to deal with, less problems. Solid fertilizer, same thing. Easy to get into, blah, 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 that whole thing. It's cheaper, easier. The equipment costs less as well. It's just that I'm not actually sure if solid fertilizer is cheaper. I'm not sure about that one. I think it is. Let's see. Drive around the map in a circle, no shortcuts, and by going on the roads closest to the map border. That's the one thing that sucks about this map. It's very straight lines. So like if I'm driving around, like there isn't one on the border. So I would simply just drive in a straight line really fast, turn, drive in a straight line really fast, turn, drive in a straight line really fast, and then back. This map is very flat, and that's the reason why Cody was asking earlier. Battle rating. That makes more sense. Cody was asking earlier like what map to play on, and I was like, well, not this one. Not because this one's bad. It's just it's very flat. Very flat, but it is fun, in my opinion. Let me go into the house. I'm gonna go into my house. We're going to do some studying for our degrees. You got to study for your degrees. So we will do that. So we can make more money eventually. Because think about it, if we have the highest thing, we'll be good. We'll just go to 15 hours. Yeah, just the roads nearest to the map border. Also, that's another thing. I don't have enough money to get just like random vehicles, which I should. I just haven't. Okay, do we have any contracts we can do? Let's think. Spraying, nah. Unless, no. Header, nope. Do fertilizing maybe? Nope. Okay, so we're just gonna keep fast forwarding using this system. Bonus points if you use your slowest car ever. But what do I get out of that? If anything, I'm going to get more bored doing that because I'm not even progressing. Do you know the field you combine? I did it and I'm planting grass. Oh, the fields that I combined were 19, 20, and 21. So I own, what is this, 15, 14. I own 14, 13, 12, but I bought fields 19, 20, 21, and I've combined them together. And then eventually, once I buy 22, I'm going to combine them together with this little piece here. It may not be necessary to do that, but I might. Let's see, if I had to guess, there's still no quick contracts. Perfect. So we'll fast forward again. Easy way to get the studying in as well as level up. And this 7-day thing, man, essentially it just makes it to where you fast forward. It does make certain things cheaper. Like if you have a habit of like leasing equipment and keeping it for a long time, each time you fast forward is a little bit better because there's multiple days in a month. One more time. Okay, so this should put us into, I think we're currently in May, so this puts us in June. And if we're in June, which we are, employment income, which is good. So we don't have it. I'm hoping the grass is not ready, and even if it is, I can just ignore it if I really want it to. Yep, it's not ready, which means all we gotta do is work our job. So we go here, hit here. We're gonna work our 10 hours. Work 10 hours, and then we can get back to studying, and we can just fast forward through this month. Again, the reason why it benefits us to not increase the amount of days we have in the month, because 7 is already just too. It does great as far as the employment thing, because you know what? I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna spawn the field this time. Okay, I don't know why I thought that'd be faster. Oh wait. Aha. We're in. Okay, back to fast forwarding. So we can just fast forward this entire month, if we're being honest. Which is good, because that's more basic money for us. That's also a really good thing about the employment thing, at least at the very beginning. You are getting a lot of you're getting a lot of money. Insane acceleration of that character. It is. I think I accidentally have, let me check actually. I'll check as soon as we get to the next day. I think, I shouldn't have speed on. Super speed's off. Yeah, everything's off. Running multipliers off, yeah. So I think, is that just the normal speed, or am I tripping? Yeah, I think it's normal. Because I did make him run. No, yeah, he just moves as fast. I think. I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna keep fast forwarding, since we're not gonna be penalized with anything and don't have to worry about growth, nothing. And then if we do get a fertilizing contract, we already have fertilizer that we paid for just sitting out there waiting on us. So we can use that for money. We're solid. We're super solid. Property maintenance is so cheap because it's for the month. But because we have 7-day months, it's really small. But we also have a job that's paying us money as well. So we're good, dude. We don't have any fertilizing. And I did the weeding and they screwed us. Here, let me try to refresh. See if it has some fertilizing. Doesn't. Sowing. Okay, I kind of want to do these. Everybody went silent, but nobody left the stream. That's perfectly fine. I think there was one person a long time ago says, I'm just using your stream as background noise. And I was like, I'm perfectly okay with that. Kind of honored that you're using my voice in my stream as background noise. I genuinely do not mind. I use the lo-fi. It's green beans. I use the lo-fi girl as background noise sometimes. Hold up. It said that we could sow. I want to figure out. Okay. So we have this contract, which is 24,000, which is pretty good. But I'm really looking at that piece of equipment because I'm curious as to one, what it is. I don't think it's that one. Oh, here it is. It's this one. It moves at 12 miles per hour, has 18 meters. I feel like we should do this one. Am I tripping on that? Like, I feel 18 meters. The contract pays us 24,000. I mean, this is a pretty big field, but oh, never mind. I just remembered. It's going to pay us that amount because we have to pay for seeds. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on whether or not we do take this job or not. I kind of want to, but I'll see what you guys say. I think that was before I disappeared. Here. Is grass good for money? Yes and no. Default grass? No. Turning it into silage? Yes. I'm here. Stream is over. Thank you for telling me because I actually have to go. If vegans really care about animals, why are you eating their Good question. Okay, and so you did say do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and borrow this equipment, and so on the next one we will be working on that one, on that field. Okay, and so we just gotta buy seeds for it. Okay, but with that, let me start wrapping everything up. Okay, so with that, I thank you to everybody who showed up, even if you're watching this back. Before I do the send-off, big update. If you want to have like a calendar of when I stream and everything, if you join my Discord, you don't have to join the Discord, but if you click the link to my Discord, which I did put it in the description, the events tab shows you exactly when I'm streaming. So even if I don't put it in the update section, because the updates I do the day of, probably an hour or two before the stream actually goes live, but the calendar shows you, like, I think I have the calendar set all the way out until next Friday, so you guys know exactly when I'm streaming, so there's no guessing about that. But eating a cow is basically eating a salad, since cows eat grass. That is not how that works. But yes, see you Monday, Cody. And so with that, if you like the video, please like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you want to comment, please comment. If you want to follow me on other social media such as TikTok or Twitter, please feel free to do so. And the most important thing to me right now, I just talked about the Discord. It's how we communicate, how I help, keep everything set by. See you next Tuesday because of my time zone. Makes sense. But with that, again, thank you to everybody who showed up. I will say peace and good night.